So what is going on, guys? Welcome to another Garden Warfare 2 video. Today is another top 5 characters video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 ice characters. There are 8 in total in Garden Warfare 2, so I'm going to be taking you through my opinion of the top 5 in Garden Warfare 2. Of course, that's going to be different to your opinions, so let me know in the comments down below your top 5 ice characters, and also let me know what top 5 you would like to see next week. But anyway, let's get straight in with today's video. So at number 5 we have the Goalie Star. This is the ice variant of the All-Star characters. Overall, he's a good character due to the fact that he can fire for quite a long time. He's got 200 health, so he can get straight in there in the face of the plants and try and do as much damage and freeze them as much as possible. Also, because of the abilities that the All-Star has, the int punt and the sprint tackle, if you can freeze 1 or 2 plants, that means that they're going to be vulnerable to these abilities. For example, they're not going to be able to avoid the int punt, so you should be able to get a few vanquishes there, and it's going to be a lot easier to sprint tackle the plants as well. So overall, he's a good character. He's not my favourite one though, so the number 5 spot is taken by the Goalie Star. The number 4 spot is taken by the Ice Peashooter. I'm sure a lot of you would probably want the Ice Peashooter a little bit higher on the list, but with my experience of playing with the Ice Peashooter, it takes about 3 to 4 direct hits with the Ice Peashooter to be able to freeze the enemies. Now, if this is splash damage, it takes a lot longer. I think there's a couple of occasions I've hit a scientist about 6 or 7 times with splash damage, because if they're moving around it can be difficult to get a direct hit, and I still was not able to freeze that scientist and I got taken out. So I feel like with the Ice Peashooter, direct hits are very good at freezing the enemy, but if you don't get a direct hit and you get a splash damage, it doesn't freeze them nowhere near as quickly, which is understandable because you're not as accurate, but I still feel that some of the other characters are better at freezing the enemy and therefore better at taking them out. Also, the damage is not the best between the Ice Peashooter and other Peashooters, so I would probably prefer to play as other Peashooters anyway. So the number 4 spot is taken by the Ice Peashooter. The number 3 spot is taken by the Ice Cactus. Now, I don't really play as the cacti characters too much, and I'm going to start changing how much I do play these characters, because I really do enjoy playing as the cacti, and the Ice Cactus is a really good character. Of course, she is a sniper, so that means that this is probably one of the characters where you're going to be able to get the most direct shots and accurate shots on the zombies, because of course this is the most accurate character in the game. So the Cactus, you can get a lot of direct shots on the enemies and you will be able to freeze them, and the critical damage of the Ice Cactus is also pretty good. I think it's about 20 damage for a critical hit, or 20 to 25 damage for a critical hit. So if you can freeze the enemy, especially if it's like an All-Star or a Super Brains, you should be able to take them out, provided that you do not need to reload. But overall, the Ice Cactus is a really good character. This is one of the only characters where you're not directly in front of the zombies and being able to try and freeze them as close as you can. You're going to be a little bit further away, so you're going to be able to go on higher vanquish streaks, hopefully get yourselves a lot of vanquishes with the Ice Cactus. But overall, very accurate character, good at freezing them, and I've still not got this Cactus to Master Rank, so I'd love to see what it's like when you can get a freeze upgrade on this character. So the number 3 spot is taken by the Ice Cactus. The number 2 spot is taken by the Frozen Citron. Now, this was a toss-up between 1st and 2nd place. The reason why I've put the Frozen Citron at number 2 is just because I've played Citron so much, I've kinda don't want to play as the Citron anymore. But not only that, I feel that sometimes his damage can be a little bit back and forth. Sometimes you can do a lot of damage and you can freeze them, and other times you just don't seem to take them out as much. And I do find that his reticle kind of gets in the way a little bit, especially if you do play on low gravity maps. It seems to be a little bit more difficult to be able to aim I'm sure it seems different than what it used to be. I don't know if it is or not, but the Frozen Citron is a really good character. Probably one of the best characters, not using the P Gatling and the Sunbeam to be able to take out mechs, because you will be able to freeze them. Once they stop freezing, you can EMP them so they're stunned, and then possibly freeze them again. But overall, Frozen Citron, very good at freezing the enemies, but the damage is nowhere near as good as what it used to be, but it's still a really good character. So the number 2 spot is taken by Frozen Citron. And the number 1 spot is taken by the Arctic Trooper. In Garden Warfare 1, this character was pretty bad at being an ice character. By the time you freeze the enemy, you would need to reload your ammo, and then once you finish reloading, that plant was not frozen anymore, so it was kind of like, what's the point of the freezing? But in Garden Warfare 2, it is a lot better. You can freeze the enemies a lot more, the damage has been increased as well, and even if the Arctic Trooper didn't have a freeze ability, the damage of this character is still really good anyway, so the fact that you can freeze the enemy as well is really good. And it's also not a difficult foot soldier to be able to freeze the enemies from a long distance away. Of course, you're going to have less damage that you're going to do to the plants, but you can still freeze them, which can then make you get closer or also get away from plants as well. But overall, I really do enjoy the Arctic Trooper. I've got this character to master, so I'm not going to be playing as this character for a while, but the Arctic Trooper is a really good character, really good damage, really good at freezing the plants now, and overall is my number 1 spot on my top 5 ice characters. So there we go, there's my top 5. Let me know yours in the comment section down below, and like I did say at the start of the video, let me know what top 5 you would like to see next week. Thank you very much for watching. My name is ZEROxFUSIONZ, and hopefully I will catch you guys next time.